Also, there was fucking blowout city last week. God damn.
Yeah, well, again,
Well, at
like the
least
last 3 fucking weeks of just no good games. Like it's all good teams playing shit teams. What is going on, guys? Knicks picks week 8 of the NFL season, and I am joined once again by Ben. Happy Halloween, everybody. The NFL, well, that's on Sunday. You guys watch this on Thursday, but it's almost Halloween. Happy Halloween, guys. I hope you guys enjoy your Halloween and enjoy NFL Week 8. Ben, we're back for Week 8. This would be the halfway point in the season, but now that they've added an extra week to the schedule, it's basically 18 weeks, even though everyone plays 17 games. But Week 9 is technically the halfway point, and we'll be doing the midseason awards very soon.
my team's one game below 500.
Your team's beating the Dolphins, the Jets, and the Giants. I don't want...
Hey.
No.
Hey.
But that is right, guys. Week 8 is here. And last week, I actually gained another point on Ben for, the third week in a row. I'm just pulling away with this challenge here. 87-81 is the current score in the challenge. Again, we are still between the pepper and the wasabi. I didn't see any comments in the last video, so I'm not choosing one until I get at least some votes here. But week 8 is here, and we start with the game of the week. And as I said at the beginning of this video, there was nothing. There's just no good games. We do have a Thursday night game, which starts off the week, and that is a very good game. That's the Cardinals and the Packers. Could very well be the NFC Championship if the Bucks don't find their way there, or the Rams for that matter. But the Cardinals going up against the Packers is set to be a very good Thursday night game, which I'm not used to saying because Thursday night is normally known for one of the worst games of the week. But this week, it's the only good game of the week. So after Thursday, you really don't have to watch too much football. And you could just enjoy Halloween. But the Cardinals go up against the Packers this week. The Cardinals are the only undefeated team left in the league. And I do think that this is probably the 1 week, especially going up against a team like Aaron Rodgers. I'm going to try that again. Going up against a team with Aaron Rodgers, a veteran of himself, it's a very tough challenge. And one of these games where a young undefeated team like this could very well lose their first game. I'm going with it. I'm riding this Cardinals train until it absolutely crashes into the ground. 32-27, I have the Cardinals beating the Green Bay Packers. And now look, if you look at these two teams, the Cardinals are very good this year. And I said last week, do I think they're a Super Bowl team yet? Not quite. But compared to the Packers, who very well could make a Super Bowl run this year with somebody like Aaron Rodgers leading the way. So I don't really know what this says as to which of these two teams are better. But right now, I'm going with the hot hand. It's the Arizona Cardinals. They are just on an absolute tear. They even lost Cliff Kingsbury either last week or the week before to the COVID protocols and still managed to win the game without a head coach. So 32-27, Cardinals over the Packers. That's my game of the week.
Like Nick said, there wasn't any good games in all honesty outside of that. But mine is going to go from Thursday night to Sunday night, and that is... Why do I have to talk about this team? The Dallas Cowboys going up against the Minnesota
Better
Vikings.
you than me.
Last week was the Eagles, and now it's the fucking Cowboys. But you know what? I said the Eagles would upset. They didn't. So maybe I'll take losing 2 points. That means the Cowboys lose. And that's because I am picking the Cowboys wins because the Cowboys to win. Because I do think that they are the better team. I do have the Cowboys beating the Vikings 28-21 in Minnesota. Mainly because I think their offense has more weapons than Minnesota can stop. Even though I do think Minnesota's a very good team with Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, and I'm feeling like they have good weapons. I think it's going to be a good game, but I just think Dallas will still pull away. And God, I hate saying that sentence every single time.
Okay, so we move on to our upset of the week. And now these should be somewhat easier of picks because with the last 3 weeks, we've noticed a common trend in the NFL. It's a lot of good teams playing against a lot of crap teams. And that being said, we've seen a lot of upsets because me and Ben aren't going perfect every single week. So we've seen a lot of upsets in the league. The upset picks should be easier to pick, but when you look through the schedule, I mean, you're looking at it and it's like, all right, well, the Jets aren't really going to beat the Bengals, right? Like, the Patriots aren't really going to beat the Chargers or anything like that. But one team that really has been struggling but is still the favorite in this game is the Seattle Seahawks. They go up against the Jacksonville Jaguars this week, and they are still without Russell Wilson. And the Jacksonville Jaguars, they've gotten a win. They have a win under their belt. Now, I don't think it means anything. I think they're still awful. I think Urban Meyer is still trying to coach his way out of Jacksonville. But I do think that because Seattle is struggling so much with Geno Smith as their starting quarterback, I think a loss to the Jacksonville Jaguars might spark something to where maybe they start looking at a different backup quarterback because I know Russell Wilson might be coming back soon within these next couple weeks, but Geno Smith is going to ruin your season if you don't do something quick. So I have the Jacksonville Jaguars winning this one in an upset, 21-17 over the Seattle Seahawks, who lost last week again to a New Orleans Saints team that they're better than, really. It's just when you lose Russell Wilson, you lose their whole team. So Jacksonville 21-17 over Seattle.
You know, the definition of insanity is like if you do it more than time, or something. I don't know. Fuck it. I don't care. I'm insane because I am picking the Detroit Lions. That's right. The Detroit Lions. They can do it, Nick. I believe in them. I believe it. Not really, but any chance that they have any chance to win, I think this is probably their last chance outside of maybe Atlanta later in the season, which I could also see, in all honesty. But I have them upsetting the Eagles 27-20. I would go in depth as to why, but really, I just want to see the Eagles lose after they failed to get a win for me last week, so now I want them to lose. You couldn't get the upset last week for me, so now I just, I got 2 NFC East teams in my picks. It's not going to go well for me.
Okay, we move on to our picks. Now, the New York Giants go up against the Kansas City Chiefs this week, while the Atlanta Falcons go up against the Carolina Panthers. And now, look, I think I deserve some sort of round of applause or something, or a like at least on this video, for going this long into the video without mentioning Daniel Jones and that incredible fucking catch against the Carolina Panthers last week. This dude, Daniel Beckham Jr. over here, is out of his mind. Hold up a second. Okay, worth it. Now, Daniel Jones just absolutely... he's the only reason that the Giants are ever in any of their games. Yeah, they won last week against the Carolina Panthers. I think Carolina's having their own issues, much so as the Kansas City Chiefs, which I'd like to point out that the Giants are only 1 game behind the Kansas City Chiefs record-wise, so that's kind of funny. But no, the Chiefs are still a far, far better team here. And I'm going to keep this a close game just because I just wanted to show the fact that the Chiefs are struggling. Now, this pick doesn't necessarily reflect on the fact of how much I think the Chiefs can beat the Giants by, but 30-24 is what I'm going to go with because the Chiefs are struggling right now, especially defensively, and the Giants are not struggling defensively at all these last couple weeks. So I do feel like this is a tougher game for the Chiefs than it should have been at the beginning of the season, but I will give the Giants some credit. They're finally starting to play a little heart, but now Jabril Peppers is out for the season, so keep adding to the list. Just keep adding. At this point, every win kind of hurts though because now we're gonna end up with like a 7th, 8th pick, and what do you do with that?
All right, so of course now I have a divisional matchup with the Carolina Panthers, and I'm holding on to hope, Nick. I'm holding on to hope. I believe in Atlanta to actually, this will probably be one of their last wins in all honesty, and that's because I think their defense, even though I looked up, they're allowing the fewest yards. I do think it's just because of the teams they're facing. Like they played the Giants, and outside of like that game, they haven't really played anyone of great competition. So I think that sets a little out there, but I do have the Falcons winning this one. I have them winning 24-20. And the only reason why it's close is because Atlanta will always make it close. I don't know how they won last week. Young Wei Koo, game-winning field goal. I'll take it. Kyle Pitts went off for back-to-back weeks. And, give me a little bit of hope, which means probably this week or next week I'm going to be in my depression.
Okay, on to the wild card picks for this week, and my game that I picked to talk about, because like I said, there was just not that many great games to talk about. I decided to bring up the Los Angeles Chargers going up against the New England Patriots. Now, New England has been slightly better than I thought they would be, but not much. They're about on par with what I thought New England could do this year. LA, on the other hand, I had very high hopes for them, and they're starting to look to me like they have a ceiling of their own. So this is a game I would love to see Justin Herbert just show out in against a very well-coached team, as we know. And I do have them winning this one 35-21 over the New England Patriots. But we look at this New England Patriot team, like, put the talent of this team aside because there's not a hell of a lot of talent on this team. Just the coaching of this team by Bill Belichick has been keeping them in games. If you look at the Dallas Cowboys, for example, a team neither me or Ben want to admit have been having an insanely good season. The Dallas Cowboys, up until it was like 2 weeks ago, when they played the New England Patriots, they hadn't played a bad game because their one loss against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, we both admitted that they looked good in that game. So they finally play a bad game against New England. They won the game, but a bad game nonetheless. Go into their bye week. We'll see what happens there. But I'm not talking about the Cowboys here. What I'm saying is the New England Patriots have a way to stay in these games because of Bill Belichick. So I do think this is going to be an interesting game, and I do think this is going to be a real test for Justin Herbert because I would love to see him show out. I had very high hopes for him at the beginning of the season, but I guess we'll have to see. But 35-21, I do have the Chargers over the Patriots.
So my wild card, I got two NFC East teams. I guess I'll balance it out with a division rival, and that is the other head-to-head divisional matchup, and that is, God damn it, the Saints and Bucks. Why do I do that? Why couldn't there have been a better game? Anyways, enough of that. I have the Saints going up against the Bucks here, and I have the Saints winning. The only reason that I have them winning.
Why wasn't this your upset?
Hang on. Last year with Drew Brees, they beat him twice in the regular season, and they lost in the postseason. And I think because it's home, even though the spread is, I think, 5 points in Tampa's favor, I do think that if it was in Tampa, it'd be more, and I would pick the Bucks here. The only reason why I'm picking the Saints is because they're home. But I could easily see the Bucks win. But that's why I have it as a close game. I have it 27-24. No reason why I believe in Jameis Winston. In fact, it's more so because of the Saints' defense, in my personal opinion. And honestly, if it at least knocks the Bucks down one peg, I'll be satisfied.
This dude. We record this on a Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. So this means just last night, the New Orleans Saints put up 13 points against the struggling Seattle Seahawks. And this dude just picked the Saints to beat Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because Tom Brady paid a Bitcoin for his 600th touchdown football. And I'm just kidding. So those are our picks for the week. Here are the other picks that we didn't talk about. If you guys want to pause and see any of the picks that we didn't talk about, go ahead and do that now. I was getting a phone call during that, so if I fucked that up, I am sorry. But go ahead and do that now. Okay, we move on to the 2-point conversion. Phone calls have been put away. I love how iPhone says scam likely. That's amazing. The 2-point conversions for the week. Now, last week, my 2-point conversion was that the Arizona Cardinals were going to beat the Houston Texans by the point spread and simultaneously score 5 offensive touchdowns. Well, they beat the point spread and scored 4 offensive touchdowns. So, cool. But now another one of the best teams in the league goes up against the Houston Texans, and that is the Los Angeles Rams. And Matthew, I have a fly in my room. You Motherfucker. Oh, where'd he go? Oh, you bitch. Right, hold up. What's it? Where'd he go? I lost him. Ow! Motherfucker. I lost him. I'm going to go with Matthew Stafford having 350 plus passing yards and 4 passing touchdowns, because apparently if I pick 5, the team scores 4. So Matthew Stafford, if you pass for 3 touchdowns, you're getting a strongly worded email.
All right, so you got Matthew Stafford. All right, well, did you know that last week Kyle Pitts had the most receiving yards for a tight end in Falcons history? I did not know that, surprisingly, even with Tony Gonzalez for 5 years. Didn't know that. Guess the fly knew that too. You good? I want to wait and see if you actually.
I'm just going to stay strapped.
All right, well, while Nick deals with his fly here, Kyle Pitts last week had the most receiving yards for a tight end in Falcons history, which honestly surprised me because, I mean, they haven't really had great tight ends, but even with Tony Gonzalez for a few years, that shocked me at least. So you know what? I'm buying the hype. I'm sticking with it and saying that Kyle Pitts will have the most receiving yards out of any tight end that plays this week in the NFL. Now, I know some tight ends like George Kittle's out on IR and some other ones, but there's still Travis Kelce against the Giants. Darren Waller's on a bye with the Raiders, so I kind of wish he was in.
Hey, we're focused. Okay.
All right. Well, no matter what, long story short, I got Kyle Pitts, the rookie, having the most receiving yards out of any tight end this week. Now, kind of hope that happens because, you know, Derrick Henry did have a touchdown, but it was a passing touchdown, not rushing, which I wouldn't even.
Hey, if I lost it on a technicality, you're losing it on a technicality. All right, guys, that is it for Nick's Picks Week 8. Like I said, the mid-season awards are coming soon. I haven't talked to Ben about that at all, so I have no idea what's going on with that. But we'll figure that out for you guys soon. Stay tuned for Week 9 next Thursday. Like I say every time, these are posted on Thursday, so stay tuned for that. And I hope you guys enjoy Week 8 of the NFL season. Like I said, tonight is the Arizona Cardinals and the Green Bay Packers. I also hope you guys enjoy your Halloween. Have a safe and happy Halloween. Ben, is there anything you want to say before we head out for Week 8?
Kyle Pitts is my only hope at this point with Atlanta.
Yeah.
Hold on to that hope.
Yes, he is, and he's doing nothing.
He
How does that feel?
Lost Xavier Howard.
I don't care. He's doing nothing.
Okay, what's Saquon doing?
All right. Who's stuck with Matt Ryan and his contract for the next 3 to 4 years? Yeah, get fucked. Guys, drop a like on the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you're not. And like I say every time, stay tuned for the next video. Have a great one, guys. Peace. This is after the video. I just want to say, I fucking got you.